Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. So today I wanted to talk real quick before doing my reading for the new moon in Aquarius. Something interesting that came up, and I think it's relevant to share with the collective, and take it as you will. So back in 2008 or 9, I started practicing meditation in terms of connecting with my spirit guides, connecting with just tuning in, okay? And I did this meditation where certain things occurred, but ultimately there was a spirit guide that I met. This person, he looked Egyptian, or I guess you could say he looked like the character Ramesses from the movie, what's that one with the Moses story? The Prince of Egypt. Okay, so he looked like Ramesses from the Prince of Egypt in terms of his appearance. Strong, tall, muscular. His skin was like golden and shiny. He was just very bright. And I asked him, "What's your name?" And he said, "Azareth." And so I was led to understand that this was a spirit guide, that he was guiding me at the time. Now, I spoke to someone that was mentoring me at the time, and back then I was not very much into the internet, so I wasn't about to do some research or anything like that, and we couldn't really find much information on the name. I just, wondered if it was significant at all. And so time went by, and it stays there. I know, as a matter of fact, I had a spiritual portrait made by another one of my mentors. I considered him a teacher, and he drew a portrait of my past lives, one of which was this character Azareth. It looked just like him. But he was saying that this was my past life. So I don't know how much truth there is to this in terms of whether or not sometimes our spirit guides could be ourselves from another lifetime. Understand? So that's kind of what was indicated, that this was a spirit guide, but it was an aspect of my own past lives. What is interesting is that the name Azareth came through again over the last few days. And yesterday I decided, let me just look into it to see what comes through. And I found the most interesting information. So I want to share that with you, because I think it's relevant for the times, I guess you could say. I'm not religious in terms of, I don't, a lot of the stories of the Bible, I couldn't just tell you about them. However, this came through, and it said, Azareth is the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses. Okay. What is the connection between Azareth and the Sambation? Azareth is associated with Sambation, a river that marks the edge of the world. In Jewish folklore, Sambation plays the role of Azareth. Something else is, it's a region beyond the Euphrates River where the 10 tribes of Israel were supposedly taken captive by the Assyrians. The word appeared in the book of 2 Esdras. So the word Azareth is a code that helps guide the search for the lost tribes. The book of 2 Esdras established the existence of the tribes and their eventual return. The region is described as a year and a half's journey beyond the Euphrates. The Hebrew text for Azrath means another land. The people were expected to return in the last days. So that is the information that I found on the name Azrath. So that was a lot to take in. The lost tribes that would return on the last days. That was striking in some ways because, like I said, I'm not religious, but there is something to be said about the fact that this being appeared to me out of, it was something out of my own understanding. In other words, it's not like I was well versed in the Bible. It's not like I was researching this character or this name in particular back then for it to just pop out of nowhere, So the information came to me, someone that would completely not even recognize it in terms of religious context, right? So down the line, I have become a little more aware of the symbology and the nature of certain things. So I could see it as, there was something else that came through. I don't know why it's not here though. I thought I had screenshot it. But there was something to be said that he was also oh yes, here it is. Okay. Give me a second. Hold on. There was, it described Azrath as a military commander or something like that, which is also, the link between my present life and the concept that this person was also, and it's so interesting because when my friend had done the portrait of my past lives, he described this person as being, having had been in charge of a military, of a huge, he commanded a huge military, and apparently the reason I had to remember that life or whatever was because he had guided them, I guess falsely or wrongfully or something to that effect. And a lot of people died because of the leadership of this commander. And it's interesting, these were the tribes that were exiled, the 10 tribes that were exiled. So who knows if that was actually the story that was being told at the time that my friend was picking up on when he did my past life reading. But I hadn't put those two things together. When he did my past life reading, never once did I consider even seeing the image that he drew. It was exactly how I had seen it in my vision, but I hadn't. So it was 2009 when that occurred, and it was about 2018 when my friend had drawn that. So it was quite a few years after. But the other thing is that the name let me see if I type it in like this. So Azareth is also the Egyptian word for soul. Hold that thought. Excuse me. They relate to the stone with the goddess of life, Isis, because it's linked to the color, to the stone azurite. Okay, and azurite is a stone that activates and unblocks our third eye and crown chakras, thereby linking the two. It's known as a premier stone when it comes to accessing our own psychic abilities. There was something else. Okay. Azurite is a blue copper mineral created. Hold on. It's derived from the stones azure, which is blue. Azurite is most typically used for ornaments. Okay. It's called the stone of heaven. The Native Americans believe that azurite with malachite inclusions is a protective stone that symbolizes the strong connection between heaven and earth. So, it activates the connection between the mind and body, allowing you to focus. And it's associated with the third eye. So that was the other thing that had come through. The azureth is associated to the stone azurite. So I wanted to mention that for anyone that it may resonate with, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But hey, I had to. Okay. Azurite was a pigment used in cosmetics and paintings and was often used in the famous blue eye makeup. So interesting, it's associated with Isis as well. And Isis is associated to Venus. And Venus is one of my stronger planets, I guess, in my chart. So, with all that being said, I guess we can go ahead and do a reading for the collective now. I'm not going to do a whole across the board. I think it's going to be short, to be honest. So let's see what comes through, okay? So we have the next time we meet. You can do it. Put your back into it. Family matters. And Archangel Gabriel, which is an angel of communication. One more. Nervous and anxious. Okay. So you could be feeling nervous or anxious, or somebody is feeling nervous or anxious about communicating with you. Or you might be feeling that about someone communicating with you. There's something to do, or you communicating family matters with someone, or someone trying to communicate that with you. Somebody might want to bring up some family matter issues to you the next time you meet. Now, if this is your counterpart, maybe there's some issues that they were afraid to talk about, and they're being encouraged to do it, to speak up. Maybe they were very cold, ice cube, and now they're being called to communicate. So let's get some clarification. Let's pull one of my clue cards. So this has to do with emotions. The next time you meet, this person is dealing with a lot of emotions at this time. Wow. We have double ballroom. This could have to do with self-esteem issues, their values, their money as well. But I have a feeling that this person is very much in their feelings. They're experiencing a plethora of emotions at this time. This is about love matters that have been kept hidden. This could be about children, but definitely it could be about a romantic connection, or it could be about children, or it could be a child that wants to communicate with you, or you need to communicate with a child in regards to family matters. We have the energy of Scorpio here, Mr. Green, Mayor Green. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. We also have Taurus energy and Leo energy here. But right now, the only character on the board is a Scorpio. So this could just be matters of intimacy, matters of taboo matters even. But it has to do with emotions that are very deep, could be very dark, could be very, could be occult as well. So we do have Colonel Mustard here. It's a Pisces that could be nervous or anxious, or it could just be a very sensitive individual that's very nervous. This person could be very sensitive. They could be very dreamy. They could be very much, like I said, we have 2 water signs, Scorpio and Pisces, on the board. Perhaps Archangel Gabriel, if you communicate with angels, ask Archangel Gabriel to help you communicate or to open up the lines of communication. Let's pull some tarot cards here and see if we can get more clarity. Oh my. Okay. So we got a couple that did fall out. We have a Hierophant. So this could be about rules, religion. Someone is very happy. They're nervous, but they're happy. Maybe this is what the overwhelming feelings. These could be feelings of love too. Someone really loves you, or they're very committed to loving you. We have the Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with a feminine energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or this is just your energy. This could be the family member you need to communicate with, or you could be this fire sign that needs to communicate with these water signs, Scorpio or Pisces. It could be a Leo, like we mentioned, Leo is on the board as well, with the 5th house energies here, and Taurus with the 2nd house energies. And also with the Hierophant. This could have to do with commitment, marriage. Somebody healed. Somebody has healed, or someone sees you as a star. Someone sees you as a healer, or somebody, the Scorpio energy here, may need to communicate that they want to heal. Oh my goodness. We have the King of Wands. So we have a counterpart here. Okay. This is giving me partnership. 2 very passionate people, very intuitive people, leaders in their own right that have healed. You and your person may have had come together because you could see that they're between them is this healing energy of the star. You and your person could be a star. Okay, you might get a lot of attention. You might just possess a lot of charisma, a lot of power, a lot of your leadership skills. This masculine, this King of Wands, is extremely intuitive, very sensitive. But there's something about this energy that is making them nervous or anxious. And what was healed could have been matters of the occult, or things that were considered toxic or negative or hidden, taboo of some sort, okay? But Divine Feminine, you're showing up as very loving, very, very intuitive, and very confident, okay? Very beautiful, very confident. You are happy. You're showing up with this happy energy, complete fulfillment, committed to your happiness. You're committed to your happiness. Okay, and you're healing this masculine energy as well. I don't feel like you're looking for anything at this time in terms of like opportunities. I'm not saying that you're closed off to opportunities. I'm just saying you're content where you are. You're not searching for anything. Interesting. Is there anything else that we need to know about this energy? And I would like to know how that energy of Azareth is pertinent at this time for us. The lost tribes of Israel, the 10 lost tribes to return on the last days. We are in the last days of the year. For those of you that know, the new year truly begins in the spring equinox, and now that we're completing this cycle, there might be something to be said about the number 10. Tribes could be significant. Maybe people are starting to connect with their real people. Is there anything else that I could add to this message for the collective, Spirit? I do want to say that I am kind of when the twin flame readings that I'm focusing on when I do them is more to do with the divine masculine, divine feminine energies as counterparts of one another within the individual. So the reading for you, when I do them, is more to do with you and your spiritual healing. I want to take the focus off of the other, and that might not make my channel very popular because I think people only want to tune in to readings to find out what's going on with someone else, to find out about a love situation, and those things are good and dandy, but if you need a reader to tell you how somebody feels about you, that's probably not your person. It just, if you can't have that dialogue, and if you cannot have that conversation, and you cannot get the straight answers from that person, then it's possible that's not your person. So we have an emperor here, divine feminine. An emperor could be watching you at this time. Now you know that you have a lot of eyes on you within your personal sphere. There are individuals that are noticing a shift in your behavior. You may not be as available or open or I guess that's it, available or open. You're just focusing right now on what you're up to, what you're doing. Very happy energy here, feeling a lot of love. You walked away from any connection that was not emotionally, no commitment to how you feel, no commitment to how, there was no connection, no true care in the connection. So you're happy to have walked away from anyone that was not loyal, anyone that was not true or in integrity with their values. Okay? You're standing in your power, very independent, very successful in your physical world, feeling healthy, feeling abundant, feeling secure, feeling established, feeling like you can stand on your own. It's not necessarily, I want to be alone or I want to stand alone. No, it's I can if I must, and I will if I need to. But you're content with your individuality. You're content with your independence. You're content with your accomplishments. And what you've, I guess you could say what you've acquired, but I don't think it's not so much about the physical it's It's evidence of your hard work. It's evidence of your discipline. Look at that. We have the King of Pentacles here also observing you. There's an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo energy that likes your style, or they like your way. We got a lot of cards that fell out. I'm not taking those. So I feel like you've learned to trust your intuition. You've learned to seek within. You've learned to reserve your word for when you know for sure what it is that you want to say, what you really feel. You're not being led by what you see out there. You're looking within to trust yourself. Okay? And that is why you're going to receive, you're going from a 9 of Pentacles to a 10 of Pentacles. Okay? So I don't feel that you're going to be alone much longer, Divine Feminine, if you are in separation at this time, or if you are independent, romantically speaking, at this time. I feel like commitment is in the future for you. Stability with someone that's really going to be supportive. Someone that's going to show a lot of loyalty. Someone that's going to build with you a legacy, okay? And by legacy, this could just be the legacy of your family name, the legacy of your purpose to be fulfilled. I feel like you can close the chapter on having to hold on too tightly to your resources, because you don't have to defend or I don't want to say that you don't have to protect, okay, your position, but it's just that what's yours is yours and it cannot be taken away. You've completed a cycle of stagnation, okay, and you're no longer needing to prove yourself. You don't have to explain yourself. There's people that may want to come and communicate with you now that they see you. They see you as an empress. They're seeing you as an empress, and an empress that put this devil behind her. This devil energy. This is anything that made you feel stuck, anything that made you feel controlled, anything that made you feel capped in your potential, anything that made you feel that you couldn't grow and fulfill. Like, for example, people that try to influence your persuasion, or your perspective. People that try to influence how you think, how you feel. They'll take a vulnerability and they'll feed off of that to encourage you in the opposite direction of what's in your best interest. And they do that out of jealousy. They do that out of competitive natures. They do that to suppress what they consider the competition. Someone that was in a position of power might feel threatened by you, by your stance, by your position in life, okay? Simply because you mind your business and do you. Look at this. Wow. You're protected. You have your divine counterpart, okay? Whether that's physically or in spirit, you have your counterpart. So you've embodied your divine masculine, divine feminine energies to its fullest potential. Not to say that you're done, because we're never done growing, but you've gone as far as you can go up to this point. In other words, you've done your part. You've done what you can do, and now it's just a matter of continue doing what you're doing. Trust the process. Be open to receive the love that you're going to receive. I feel like a lot of communication is definitely coming through, or message may come through for you. Some people may not be very happy with what you're receiving or the collaborations that you're about to participate in. And that's okay. They don't have to be happy. You just stay grounded. You stay true to who you are. You're very dependable. You're very hardworking. You're a good friend. You help people. There are some people that they don't know how to communicate, creating like tower moments for themselves, okay? Causing conflict because they're still caught in this devil energy. And I feel like you've helped a lot of people try to, get out of their feelings of victimization from an unhealed perspective and a perspective where they lack the strength of will due to heartbreak, due to betrayals, due to past life connections that either were toxic or haven't manifested in this lifetime. But you've managed to walk away from any conflict at all. Conflicts brought about by false magicians. We know they exist. We know they're out there. We know they're closer than you would want them to be sometimes. But once you know, and once you know how to protect your energy, you just do. You could be next to a demon, and that demon will not affect you. Because A, you know the energy. B, you're protected by your guides. And C, they are aware that they don't have any power that can go against yours. Simply because they operate from the lower realms and you operate from a God space. You're guided by spirit. And it's such a sad reality that we exist in, where there are people that are seeking to discourage your faith. Realistically, ask yourself, the interest of a person that's trying to keep me faithless or that's trying to discourage my efforts to live free and open in love, you really need to realize that anyone seeking to diminish that or dampen that or destroy that is obviously someone that has no power whatsoever. And that's why they do that. Only a person that lacks power seeks to destroy others. It's the only way that they can survive. So why let them get to you? Why let them even be a thing? They say keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. Okay? Yeah, that's how it is, right? So you keep your enemies close so that you always are one step ahead. How about that? You stay a step ahead of the enemy because you're not afraid to confront the enemy. You're not afraid to face the enemy. You're not afraid to look at darkness in the face and ask it, what the fuck do you want? You're not afraid. There's some very vile, cruel individuals that the only way that they can project any of it is by you allowing it. Because nothing that is, how they say hurt people hurt people. When you're no longer hurt people cannot hurt you. And I think that's what makes them even more bitter. So be very aware of where you put your passions, like where you're being called to a new experience, a new endeavor, or a new, like you have a new spark for something. And it has to do with your healing journey. It has to do with being feeling fulfilled in you've completed a journey of a lot of disappointments, a lot of betrayals, a lot of cruelty, just cruel behavior. So trust that your emperor is with you, Divine Feminine. These energies can no longer affect you. It's like their words go in one ear and out the other. They no longer hold resonance in your energy field. It just consider yourself, what is that thing called that you put on your windshield to keep the rain from, it doesn't even rain. What is it called? It's like a shield for your windshield. Rain-X, I think it's called. It's like if you had that put over you, where whatever energy people are trying to dump on you that's toxic, negative, projecting defeat or victimhood, a lot of people do that. It's not as innocent as we may have thought at some point, like, oh, they're just hurt and they just need somebody to listen to them. Yeah, there are some people that are in that, and a lot of times the people that are truly hurt aren't even trying to express it or show it. So when you find someone that's actively talking to you about negative, they're not doing it because that's the state of mind that they're in. They're doing it because that's the state of mind that they want you to be in. So be very cautious about people projecting their crap on you, knowing full well what they're doing. I think you're going to be better prepared for them. And also, don't be afraid to call them out in the moment that they do it. It's a simple question. Why are you projecting so much negativity onto me? Like, I'm not the reason for your energy. I'm not the reason you feel that way. How do you want me to help you? You know what I mean? Like, how do you want me to help you? You're telling me this. What's your reason for telling me this? Do I look like I'm here to save you? Are you asking me to help you understand something? Because a lot of times just a simple question deters them. It's when you act like you don't understand that they just keep going, and then you just let them get away with it because you don't want to ruffle feathers, or because you don't want to stir up any kind of conflict. No, be willing to stir up the conflict, because what do they have to be mad about? What do they have to be mad about? You asking a question about why are they talking about this? What do they want? Like, at what point do you tell someone enough is enough? So that's the message. I'll come back with another one soon. Take care.